The Burlington Community Foundation has released their Connected Community Vital Signs 2025 survey. Now that's a bit of a mouthful, so to clarify exactly why the survey is happening, how to participate, and what will be done with the results, I chatted with the CEO of the Burlington Community Foundation, Megan Tregunno.
BCF has been leading a vital signs survey for over a decade to measure the pulse of the community and understand key vital indicators that make up well-being and belonging in our community. So we're encouraging all Burlington residents to share their voice, tell us what you love about the city, where can we grow and improve, and how can we strengthen the community together.
So in particular, in the survey itself, I mean, those are very generic questions. Are the questions that generic, or is it multiple choice, or like what type of things are people being asked?
Yeah, so it's about 10 minutes in total. It's a real
Mhm.
quality survey and engagement for residents, and they get very specific. So we want to understand demographic background, how people, their perspective on housing, the economy, the environment, mental health, well-being. And so we get very specific on demographic information so we can understand whose voices are being contributed and who maybe is being left out. We need to ensure that a key outcome of this is also looking at the gaps that might exist in our community and voices that we need to hear from and want to hear from to ensure it's truly reflective of our growing city. And so it gets very specific on demographic and then also a little bit broader on key vital indicators. And then it goes specific in those indicator areas. So when we ask about, let's say, environment, what specifically about the environment are people passionate about? And when it comes to housing, people's own housing experiences, but then also their perspectives and perceptions on the community when it comes to housing. So sustainable housing, is there affordable housing, rental houses, affordability of housing. So it does get quite specific, and that's the data that we're really curious to see and what those outcomes are.
So when you get all of this data in, when everyone fills in the surveys, what type of changes or what type of action can be taken thereafter?
Great question. So two big outcomes that we're hoping to achieve. Number one is a community foundation that supports the well-being of the community. We will use that information to help inform our own granting and giving across the community. So that's an important insight, but then also it's an important tool for people to use for their own decision making. So what are areas that they can either support to help strengthen in the community, maybe areas they are not familiar with giving to, such as either housing or mental health, and they may be used to giving in different areas of the community. But if they identify, if the results from the survey help to identify areas that we can grow, perhaps it's inspiring them to think differently. People can also use it to spark civic engagement, have conversations in their own, micro communities within the community of Burlington, within their own neighborhoods, get really hyper local and specific in their communities to use that information. But then also, information around volunteerism. So where are areas they may choose to volunteer in the community based on need that's shared in the survey results. So really we hope to that it will be a framework that people can pick up and use for different reasons, but really to aid in decision making either around investments, involvement, or engagement in the community.
So if you've got people curious and they are watching right now, where can they go to take part in the survey?
They can visit our website at burlingtonfoundation.org, which is a great place to start. It's right on our main homepage. You can click the survey link there. We've also shared community posters across the city at all Burlington recreation centers, including pools, all of Burlington Public Library branches, at the two First Ontario Credit Union branches in Burlington, who's our presenting sponsor and supporter of this important initiative. So look for it across the city, but also right on our main homepage for the QR code and link.